Hello guys, welcome to the next video on JavaFx tutorial for beginners. In this video, we will see how we can perform some actions or events using scene builder. Okay, so we are going to create a new project. So go to File, New, Other, and in here in the JavaFx category, choose JavaFx project and click Next and give the name to your project. For example, JavaFx test, and click Finish. And you can see here your project is created. So go inside your project and go inside the source folder, and you can see here there is an application package, and inside the application package we have two files. One is our main Java file, and second is application.css, which we can use to give styles to our front-end design. Okay, so this file we are going to use in the next video to give styles to our buttons or our widgets in JavaFX. Okay, so don't delete this file. Now when you go to main.java file here, you will see that to the scene this application.css is added using this line. Okay, so for now I'm going to comment this, or you don't even need to comment this. It will do nothing because we haven't provided any style to our CSS file. Okay, so it's blank now, so it will not affect our program. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do two things. One is creating our fxml file, and second is creating our controller class. So go to your package, which is called application by default, and in here first of all we are going to create a fxml file. So go to other, and in here in the JavaFX category choose this new fxml document and name it. For example, I will name it as main. Okay, and click Finish. So this is our fxml file, right? And you can see there is an anchor pane here. Now what I'm going to do is initially I want to give some size to this anchor pane. So there is a parameter or attribute called pref height and pref width. So pref height is for height. For example, I want to give the height of 300, and pref width, so pref and width, and for example I want to give the width of 500 here. Okay, so this will give the initial width and height to your anchor pane. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to application package once again, and I'm going to create a new class which I will name it as main controller, for example, right? And it will be doing our all the controlling stuff like adding or doing some mathematics or whatever controls we need. Okay, so I will name it as main controller, and I will click Finish, and it's going to create this main controller class here. Now inside this class I'm going to add a function, for example public method, and I will name this method as, for example, generate random, and the return type will be void. Okay, so this function I'm going to use to generate some random number and display it on some label using a button. So what I'm going to do here in our method, I'm going to pass one argument which will be our action event. Okay, so just use action event, and be careful here, there are two action events here. One action event is for java.awt, which we don't want. We want the one which is from JavaFX event. So be careful here, just choose the JavaFX event and then give the name to your event, for example event itself. Okay, now inside this function what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a code to generate a random number. So to generate a random number, first we need to import a class called java.util.random, and then we can create an object for this random class. For example, random, and object name we can give as rand is equal to new random, and using this random object we can create a random number. For example, int my rand is equal to, just use this object called rand and call a method called next int, and in here you can give the bound, for example 50, so it will generate the random number below 50, and just add 1 here, so it will generate the random number between 1 and 50. Okay, and now I'm going to use just sys out and just pass this random number there. But for converting this integer to string, what we are going to do is we are going to call this integer dot to string and pass this integer here, because we need to convert our integer into the text. Okay, now this is the function we want to call whenever we click some button. So now it's a good time to open our scene builder. So right click on your main.fxml file and open with scene builder. Just choose this option which says open with scene builder, and it's going to open your main.fxml in this scene builder. And you can see we have the initial size of 500 by 300, and in here I will go to the controls and I will pick a button here, and I'm going to pick a label also. So I will just pick a label and transfer it here, and I will resize this label like this. Okay, now I will select the button and I will change the text of this button as, for example, click me. Okay, and for the label I will select this label and I will remove the text. Okay, because I want to show the random number on this label. Right, now what we are going to do here is, you can see on the left hand side at the bottom there is a category called controller. So just expand this controller category which is at the bottom, and in here you will see this option called controller class. So we have already created our controller class, which is the main controller. And if you open your fxml file after creating this main controller class, it will be shown here in the controller class option. So just press this list box and you can see application.main_controller is listed here. So just choose this option, and this is our main controller class, right? Because we have generated it here, and after creating this main controller class we have opened this. So this main.fxml is rendering our main.controller class. Now after setting our controller class, what we are going to do is we are going to select our button from here, and in here we will select on the right hand side the last option which says code. Okay, and in the code there will be an option called on action, and in here we want to perform this action which we have created in the main controller class, which is generate random. Okay, so when you just click this drop box, you are going to see this method called generate random. Okay, now if you don't see this function and this class here, just close your scene builder and save everything once again, and once again open your main.fxml file using scene builder again. Okay, and most probably it's going to show you your main controller class and this function which is generate random. Now if you want, you can give an ID to your button. For example, I will give the ID to my button as click me itself. Now we are going to save everything, so just click save button and just go to your Eclipse IDE, and in here go to your main.java file, And instead of using this border pane, which was the default code generated by this Eclipse IDE for us, I'm going to comment this code for now. And instead of this, I'm going to use the code which I have shown you in the last video. So just use this code, which is a parent, and name it as root is equal to fxml loader dot load, and in the bracket just call get class dot get resource, and inside the bracket just show the location of your main.fxml file. So because my main.fxml file is in my application package, so I will just give the package name first and then slash main.fxml file, something like this. Okay, now you need to import this parent and fxml loader classes. So just import them. First of all, fxml loader, and then second parent, import it. Okay, so now everything is ready, so we are ready to run our program. Just save your code once and then run your code. So just click this button to run your code, and we can see this click me button, and when we click this button, it's going to generate a random number and print it. You can see here it generated the random number and printing on this console. Once again, it's printing this random number again and again on our console. Right now, to show this random number on our label which we have provided on the scene builder, what we are going to do is we are going to go to our main controller.java file here, and in here we are going to create a label object. So just call label and make it as private, and give the name to your label, for example my message. Okay, and now what we are going to do is first of all import this label class. And now what we are going to do is we are going to go just above this declaration of our label, and we are going to add this line which says @fxml, and I'm going to tell you what it is, but first of all add this package. So import fxml, and this, what is this here, is the annotation that tags a class or member as accessible to markup. Okay, so it's a wire, it's a kind of wire which will connect your scene builder fxml file to your main controller. Okay, so don't forget to give this flag here which says @fxml. Okay, just above your label declaration. Okay, and now what we are going to do is we are going to take our label and then call a method on it inside this generate random function, which is set text. So just use set text, and then we will pass this code which is integer.toString inside the bracket our random number which we have created, and we will comment this code which we were printing on the console. Okay, and save your code, and once again copy this name from here and go to your scene builder and select your label here and go to code on the right hand side, and in here you will see the fx id here. Okay, so you just need to choose this from here. Okay, so our label, we have named it as my message, you can see here, and it's available on your scene builder, and just choose this as an ID. Okay, and now save everything once again and go to your Eclipse IDE, and then go to your project and right click it, and don't forget to refresh your project. So right click and click this option which says refresh, and what it's going to do is it's going to refresh your fxml and all your Java classes so that it can synchronize with your scene builder. Okay, so right click and refresh, and then save everything and run your code. And now your code is running, so just click this click me, and now it's generating the random number and it's showing it on the label here, right? So in this way you can use this scene builder to perform some actions using your controller class and your fxml file. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use this application.css file to provide some styling to your widgets. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.